Logitech G Pro X TKL LIGHTSPEED. This wireless wonder keeps your fingers flying and your desk uncluttered, rocking a super smooth typing feel thanks to those satisfyingly quiet brown switches. The LIGHTSPEED tech delivers virtually zero delay, so even your excuse for missing a deadline is faster now. But the software is about as stable as my last house of cards. Install, uninstall, repeat, and try not to scream. Pretty slick for gamers and speed typists, but the price is flexing hard, and not all the flashy bits are worth your coin. 7 out of 10. Keychron V5 Max. The Keychron V5 Max hits the sweet spot for typing nirvana with a springy, quiet gasket mount design and premium-feeling keys that make every email sound a little more important. You get wireless freedom and hot-swappable switches, but beware. It's a heavyweight champion, and those stock keycaps are about as readable in the dark as a midnight power outage. So bring a desk lamp. Affordable, customizable, and built like a tank, but your fingers might need a wrist rest for long sessions if you don't want to type like a T-Rex. 8 out of 10. Corsair K100 RGB. This monster keyboard is bigger than your ambitions, packing more RGB zones and customizable keys than you'll ever actually use, plus lightning-fast OPX switches that respond quicker than your boss's urgent emails. It's built solid enough to survive a keyboard-smashing rage quit, but at this price, you might need to skip a few lunches. Also, hope you like flashing lights because it glows brighter than a disco ball at midnight. If you're a power user or gamer who wants everything but subtlety, this one's your new sidekick, but all those features might be total overkill for everyday typing. 6 out of 10. Aula F99. The Aula F99 is out here giving big energy in a compact suit. With a rotary knob for lazy volume changes and a battery so large you could lose the charger for a week. Typing is smooth and quiet thanks to its slick gasket mount and 5 layers of sound dampening, while customization options and a calculator key make you feel oddly powerful for just sitting at your desk. Pretty much everything works as expected except having to explain to your friends why you need a calculator key on your keyboard. 8 out of 10. Epomaker SK71. The Epomaker SK71 looks great on paper, squeezing a numpad into a size that screams space-saving genius. But in reality, it's so cramped, you'll hit the wrong key and start questioning your life choices. Adjusting to the weird layout is like learning a new language, and unless you're into pain or speed typing on a keyboard that hates you, you'll probably regret the experiment. Cool features and fast switches can't save it from being the keyboard equivalent of pineapple on pizza. Controversial and divisive. 3 out of 10. Royal Kludge RK61. The Royal Kludge RK61 knows how to party on a budget, delivering solid typing feel, clean looks, and decent build quality that makes you forget it costs less than your monthly coffee habit. It throws in a clever function key so you're not missing out, but skips the adjustable feet, which means your wrists might riot after a long day. The single-color backlight is chilly but practical, and the keyboard punches above its price, but just misses true greatness. 7 out of 10. Logitech ERGO K860. This split-wave keyboard makes your wrists think they're on vacation with its 8-degree tent and cushioned palm rest, even though typing on membrane switches feels like pressing buttons through Jell-O. The high-profile wrist rest sits so stubbornly high you'll wish it came with its own oxygen mask, but at least your carpal tunnels will thank you for the ergonomic intervention. 2 years of battery life means you'll forget keyboards need power, though the typing experience remains disappointingly mushy for something claiming premium status. 4 out of 10. Logitech MX Mechanical Mini. This compact mechanical marvel delivers clicky satisfaction in a laptop-thin package, complete with sensor-activated backlighting that makes you feel like a spy every time you approach your desk. The tactile switches provide that perfect bump and click without waking the entire office, while the price tag might make your wallet file for bankruptcy. Multi-device switching works flawlessly, but those non-standard keycaps mean customization dreams die faster than your bank account balance. 7 out of 10. Keychron Q5 Max. This aluminum beast arrives with hot swappable switches and gasket mount design that makes typing feel like bouncing on mechanical clouds, all while looking premium enough to justify its hefty price tag. The double gasket mount and acoustic foam create a typing experience so satisfying you'll find excuses to write novels, though the tall keycaps might require finger yoga training. With wireless connectivity, a volume knob, and enough customization options to make enthusiasts weep tears of joy, this keyboard transforms any desk into a productivity paradise. 8 out of 10. Keychron V6 Max. This full-sized beast bounces and snaps under your fingers like it had too much coffee, making hours of typing feel like a quick power walk with every keystroke. The customizable design and soundproofing foam make it comfy and quietish. Unless your idea of quiet is a library, then, sorry, your coworkers might start wearing headphones. But if you want a premium typing machine and do not mind a bit of clack, you may just fall in love with it, as long as your wallet was ready for punishment. 8 out of 10. Keychron Q1 Max. Slapping your desk with nearly 2 kilograms of aluminum, This keyboard is so solid it could double as a self-defense tool if your next meeting gets rowdy. The typing is supremely smooth and customizable, packed with dampening foam for plush comfort, plus wireless smarts that let you bounce between devices without breaking a sweat. It is expensive and skips the number pad, but for pure typing joy, it is one of the best out there. Just try not to think about the price tag as you float through your emails. 9 out of 10. Razer ProType Ultra. Razer aimed for sleek and pro, but hit Marshmallow Office Party. The soft touch keys are dreamy and responsive. The wrist rest is so plush you might nap on it, but the metallic ping and cheap-feeling keycaps crash the vibe a bit. It is fast, wireless, and can swap between devices faster than you can say, "Where's my USB cable?" But it's louder than its silent claim suggests, and the price makes your wallet wince. A great productivity board that feels good for marathon sessions, but for this money, I wanted less noise and more style. So close, Razer, but just not ultra enough. 6 out of 10. Logitech MX Keys S. This keyboard feels like business class for your fingertips, with spherically dished keys and silent scissor switches that let you type away without annoying your cubicle neighbor. The smart illumination is neat but so gentle you'll be squinting for those late-night essays, and the upgrades from older models are about as thrilling as a lukewarm cup of coffee. If you want smooth and comfy typing for work but crave gaming excitement, look elsewhere. 7 out of 10. NuPhy Air75 V2. The Air75 V2 makes your fingers dance with its concave keycaps and thocky low-profile sound. You'll feel like a pro after a brief break-in period, though those funky flat keycaps need getting used to. Typing accuracy hit over 92% after a week, and the key switches sound so satisfying you might forget you are actually getting work done, except maybe when the keys feel stubborn on day one. It's got style, customizable switches, and top-tier performance, but some micro-resistance and quirks knock it off the flawless pedestal. 8 out of 10. Logitech MX Mechanical. MX Mechanical's tactile switches give each keystroke a quiet but crisp bump, like popping bubble wrap while the teacher is talking. It feels precise, premium, and just resistant enough that your fingers get a workout, not a nap. The low-profile build is a winner for office multitasking, but don't expect to swap every keycap unless you want a lesson in frustration. It is comfy for long sessions and holds its own for productivity, but the customization limits keep it from perfection. 7 out of 10. Asus ROG Azoth. This thing feels like the mechanical keyboard equivalent of a luxury sports car. Hefty metal top, dampening foam everywhere, and even an OLED screen for nerdy status updates. Typing is crisp but weirdly stiff, like the keyboard is training you for a future as an Olympic finger wrestler. And for the price, your wallet might just shed a quiet tear. Bonus points for hot swappable switches and keycaps that feel as smooth as your best pickup line. 8 out of 10. Keychron K8 Pro. The K8 Pro brings hot swappability and tactile Gateron switches to your desk, sounding classier than a piano recital. But beware the stiff tray-mounted keys that feel just a bit too snug for marathon typing. The typing experience is fine, and the keycaps are a velvety treat. But quality control and a clacky sound profile may make your ears question your life choices. Still, it's customizable as your Friday night plans, and the Mac compatibility is a solid bonus if you like to keep options open. 6 out of 10. Logitech G915 X TKL LIGHTSPEED. This wireless wonder flaunts quick, low-profile switches and a build so slim you'll wonder if your fingers got faster overnight. But with keys that can be a slippery slope to typos if you're not used to feather-light actuation. Typing is satisfyingly crisp, the battery somehow refuses to die, and the gaming magic is there, but dedicated macros are missed like your favorite pair of socks in the laundry. It's snappy enough for fast fingers and totally worth the splurge if you want wireless done right. 7 out of 10. Dygma Raze 2 Wireless. Here's a split keyboard that's more customizable than your favorite coffee order. It's got thumb clusters, RGB lighting, and even lets you connect both halves like old friends at a family reunion. Typing feels fantastic and ergonomic with barely any muscle memory shock. But beware, the price might have you looking at your wallet like it's the villain in a heist movie. Excellent comfort with superhero-level personalization earns this a solid 8 out of 10. Does Keyboard 4 Pro. This keyboard feels built to survive a slow apocalypse and lets you tap away with precision. But the lack of programmable keys and deafening typing sound mean your coworkers might soon plot your dramatic exit. Media controls are chunky and fun, yet no backlighting feels like someone turned the party lights off just as you arrived. If you need bare-bones typing power and retro looks, it's a workhorse, but not a show horse. So here's a 6 out of 10. Keychron K4. The Keychron K4 packs a comfy, compact layout with RGB lighting so fancy it could headline a disco, and the typing acoustics bring a smile to your fingers, even after hours of hammering out emails. The techie Hall effect switches and macro magic keep things exciting, but the stiff tray mount and noisy top-out make it less zen, plus the short cable for software feels like an awkward handshake. Plenty of pros for the price, just not enough wow for keyboard royalty, so I'm calling this a 7 out of 10. Keychron V3 Max. Tap away on the Keychron V3 Max, and it feels like typing on a cloud, with responsive Gateron red switches and double-shot keycaps. Your fingers will be throwing parties. Sure, the volume knob is awkwardly placed and you might spot some flex in the corners, but for less than $100 it absolutely punches above its weight and delivers that sweet, satisfying sound. If you want top-tier typing with low-tier price, this board will leave your words dancing. 8 out of 10. Cherry KC200 Max. The Cherry KC200 MX looks so slick you might catch your reflection in its minimal bronze plate. Those new MX2A switches are softer than your favorite pillow, and every keystroke glides like a jazz pianist. Downsides? No wireless and zero backlights, so this gentleman expects you to keep things simple and dignified. But for the price, it's quiet, fast, and the actuation feels exquisitely effortless. If your main hobby is typing, the KC200 MX is like upgrading to luxury hand towels. 7 out of 10. Drop Churl. The Drop. Churl tries to remind everyone it was once keyboard royalty, flaunting a solid metal base and hot swappable switches for the DIY tinkerer in all of us. But in 2025, it's starting to look more retro than Renaissance. With no macros, high latency for gamers, and only 3-pin switch support, typing is crisp and tactile, but you'll wish it had kept up with the times. Unless it's on sale, save your cash for something newer. 6 out of 10. NuPhy Halo75 V2. The NuPhy Halo75 V2 looks flashy enough to launch 1,000 ships, and it types smooth with sound dampening that keeps your clicky-clacks civilized. Once you're done admiring the rainbow RGB glow, you might notice some wobbly spacebar drama and occasional missed wireless connections, which definitely bring this keyboard back down to earth. If you want pretty lights and a solid feel with minor quirks, this board sails just fine, but bring some patience for tweaks. 7 out of 10. Dygma Defy. The Dygma Defy is like a Swiss Army knife for your hands. Split, ergonomic, and customizable. Perfect if you secretly wish you were a concert pianist and a hacker at the same time. This keyboard basically asks you to retrain your fingers with a steep learning curve and a price tag that could fund a small vacation. Plus, the wireless dongle feels cheaper than your last cup of instant noodles. All that said, if you've got big hands and big patience, typing comfort here is unmatched and a little weirdly addictive. 6 out of 10. Keychron Q6 Max. The Keychron Q6 Max shows up like a metal-clad tank, ready to thock and rock your typing world. It's customizable, comfortable, and so scratch-resistant you could use it to slice cheese in a pinch. With excellent build quality, rapid wireless response, and the magical ability to boost your typing accuracy, this board feels luxurious, though your wallet might wince a bit at checkout. If you're after a keyboard that's both a productivity beast and a gaming gem, the Q6 Max earns its bragging rights. 9 out of 10. Mountain Everest Max. If you want modular magic, the Mountain Everest Max rolls onto your desk with magnetic parts and a detachable number pad that feels like playing keyboard dress-up. Typing on this beast is satisfyingly responsive. Think click-clack symphony with comfy custom switches, plus a display dial so you can pretend you're the captain of your spreadsheet starship. But all this fun comes with a heavy price and a chunkier body. So get ready to give up some desk space and a small pile of cash if you want the full show. 7 out of 10.